Hello, you're listening to the Wire's daily coronavirus updates. Today is the 10th of June. In the last 24 hours, India reported over 9,500 COVID 19 cases for the sixth day in a row and 279 fatalities. According to official data, for the first time ever today, the total recoveries were higher than the total active cases by a margin of around 1,500. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today said that Lieutenant Governor Baijal's directives on hospitals will be implemented in letter and in spirit, as this is not the time for disagreements or arguments. In Maharashtra, a 55-year-old Shiv Sena corporator from Thane district died of COVID-19 yesterday. Mumbai reported over 1,000 new cases today, with its total tally reaching 51,000. In New Delhi, 1,300 people contracted the virus in a single day, taking the tally to 31,000. Infections in Assam continue to rise, and the total tally has crossed the 3,000 mark. In Assam, an oil field has caught massive fire after oil and natural gas started gushing out of the oil field on the 27th of May. Wildlife experts and conservationists have expressed dismay over the incident and concerns for the safety of National Park, which is in proximity of the oil field. DMK's legislator J. Anbaragan died of COVID-19 in Chennai today. DMK President M.K. Stalin condoled his death and paid tributes to him. Anbaragan, who had comorbidities including chronic kidney disease, was put on ventilator after his respiratory distress worsened. Doctors in Hyderabad's Gandhi Hospital are protesting after a doctor was attacked by a relative of a COVID-19 patient who succumbed to the infection. Doctors of Gandhi Hospital are demanding protection. They're demanding that other hospitals must share their burden of COVID-19 cases. Currently, the Gandhi Hospital is the only designated COVID-19 hospital in the city. A junior doctor has been quoted in the Indian Express saying that the patient was serious for the last 2 days and he was advised to stay in bed and use the CPAP machine for breathing. But going against medical advice, the patient walked up to the toilet, due to which there was a strain on his body and he collapsed and died. Later, the junior doctor explained that 2 attendants came into the hospital, breaching the security. They entered the room and started beating doctors with plastic stools and iron rods. A case has been filed against the perpetrators. According to an official order issued yesterday, government and private hospitals in Delhi will now have to prominently display information about the availability of beds on a flex board at their main gates. Earlier this month, the Delhi government launched Delhi's Corona mobile application, which shows the availability of beds in hospitals, but some families have alleged discrepancies in the data on the mobile app. They said that when they checked the mobile app, there were beds available, but when they reached the hospital, they were turned away. According to the latest order, a flex board of 12 feet by 10 feet should be placed at the entry gate of all hospitals. A day after removing the clause pertaining to testing of dead bodies with influenza-like symptoms and SARI symptoms, the Karnataka Health Department today said that the order has been restored. It was restored on Tuesday following directions from the Government of India. The Karnataka State Department will now test all dead bodies for COVID-19, and if the result comes positive, all close contacts will be tested as primary contacts. In May, the Delhi government issued an order against the testing of dead bodies, despite ICMR and WHO's guidelines, which say that testing of dead bodies is essential. According to an article published in The Print, the West Bengal government also doesn't test dead bodies for COVID-19. In April, the Telangana government also asked all superintendents of government hospitals to not collect samples from dead bodies of COVID-19 suspected patients. But this order was challenged in the Telangana High Court, and the court directed the government to collect blood samples of dead persons to verify if they had the infection. It is unknown why certain states like Maharashtra continue to test dead bodies for COVID-19 and why some states like Delhi don't. An epidemiologist, Jacob John, has been quoted in The Print saying that this practice is wasteful. However, Giridhar R. Babu, another epidemiologist, said that by not classifying the deaths properly, the transmission can go unchecked. According to Bloomberg, China is offering workers at large state-run companies the option of being injected with 2 coronavirus vaccines currently in development. Employees intending to travel overseas for work can volunteer to be administered shots developed by China National Biotech Group. This offer has not been made public yet, Bloomberg reported. The pandemic has hit small and medium businesses across the world, but a leading food company in India, Parle Products, logged record sales of its Parle-G biscuits. These biscuits were preferred for mass consumption in April and May during the coronavirus-induced lockdown in the country. The company has gained a market share of around 5% in a highly competitive biscuit segment. Reportedly, Parle-G biscuits were preferred by people while stocking pantry during the pandemic. A senior category head at the Parle Products told news agency PTI that Parle-G biscuits gained traction as it was preferred by government agencies and NGOs working to distribute food relief packages to the people during the pandemic. He said it was preferred as an item in the food relief package due to its economic proposition with the value package of 2 rupees and that it is a good source of glucose. That's all for today. You were listening to the Wire's daily coronavirus updates. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, stay with us and stay safe.